My name is Ben Tull, and I'm from Concord, Massachusetts. Film major, and yeah, no, I'm a film major, and like that's like my entire life. I'm like one-dimensional in that film is like everything. It's like traces back to film. It's like the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with film. It's like anything that I do, like 6 degrees, and it's like, oh, okay, it's film. It was, I think, 2 summers ago. I did a workshop at Maine Media Workshops. I did a high school program on filmmaking, and basically it was a 2-week camp. The first week we sort of like learned about the technique of filmmaking and, you know, sort of the technical aspects and like how to do things. The second week they were just kind of like, go, make a movie. Here's like cameras and lights and a crew and actors and like, go make a movie, which was a weird experience for me just because like I had been doing movie stuff in the past, but it had been like me and my friends running around with a camera, like run and gun, no like huge production, and then all of a sudden they're here like, you know, here's a like, you know, fancy camera and like fancy lights, like real resources and like a crew and everything. I'd written the movie the weekend before this week started. It was supposed to be a week, but we weren't able to schedule the actor until the day before the premiere, Thursday. We had like a day to shoot this, and the script was like 15 pages long with all these different locations. I had to cut down the script. When I got it down to the 5 pages that it ended up being, it was just a better movie overall. It opened up a lot of opportunities for collaboration, because like now that there was a crew that was working with me, it allowed me to like focus less on like all the individual aspects and more on like the big picture. Back when I was sort of running and gunning, it was like one-man band. I was the director, the editor, running the camera, and I would act. Because I was sort of focusing on the overall picture and everyone working on the film had their individual areas, people were doing lighting and they would like come up to me and be like, what do you want the lighting to look like in this scene? We ended up like designing the lighting in each scene sort of to reflect the mental state of the character, with like, you know, sort of darker lighting in the beginning when he's sort of like doing his job, and then he gets to the party and we have like, you know, all these like multicolored lights flaring everywhere. It's just chaos and he doesn't know what's going on. The lighting is sort of reflecting the mental state of the character. Also in collaboration with the actors, because the main actor is this like old British guy. So when I was writing the script, I was just writing my best guess as to what an old British guy would say, but like when we're on set and we're like getting ready to do a shot, sometimes this guy would come up to me and say, hey, can I like, you know, can I say this line this way instead? And he would say a different line. He reworded it like 1,000 times better for like his character and like being British. It's like not anything I could have written. The other big thing that came out of it was learning that oftentimes constraints can be the biggest aids in the creative process. Because, you know, on the one hand, there were a lot of limits and problems that got thrown in the way, and having to figure out a creative solution around those problems that ended up making the film actually better in the end.